I'm making this video tonight because I talked to a family today that is really struggling, and I think that what they're going through, unfortunately, is so very, very common for families with cancer. If it's a child, if it's an adult, it doesn't really matter. The struggles that they're going through are very similar, and I'm really angry right now about the situation that this family is in, and that there are so many other families in the same situation. And I just really feel like somebody needs to tell their story for them, because in the heat of the moment, they can't tell it for themselves. And this family today, again, it's not that much different than other families. They're struggling because they have been told there's not much else that can happen for, in this case, it's a little boy. And there might have been more that could have happened for this child, but they weren't told that in the beginning. Sometimes they're not told, people aren't told in general because, I don't know, maybe they're not visiting the most knowledgeable doctor, or maybe the insurance doesn't cover it. And this mom today, she said, but he's a baby. Shouldn't somebody help with that? And I just thought, yeah, somebody should. And so frequently, the help comes in forms of a GoFundMe or some campaign like that, and you see thousands and thousands of dollars being raised to help an individual child. And while that does definitely, help that one family over a hurdle, it only helps that one family. And I know that we all want to be there for those families in need, in that moment of need. But I really believe we're right on the cusp of being able to keep them from getting to that moment of need. There's so much research that is so close to getting us the answers, being able to find better treatments and cures for children and adults. But the science has to go through a certain number of steps. There's, the clinical trials and all those things have to happen so that we know that they're safe, so that we know that we're doing more good than harm. And it costs money, and we need people to spend money on research. And as hard as it is to not be able to do everything for every child in the moment, we can help that child if we give them the cures that they need. We need to do that now, not only for the people that are sick right now, but for those that are yet to come. And there will be more every day. There are more people diagnosed with cancer in the United States and all around the world. And we have the power to find the cures for cancer. I believe it in my soul. Everything I've seen from the doctors that are doing the work, we're so close. And we're spending money on the wrong things. So I wanted to make this video for a couple of reasons. One is just, please figure out some way. Every single person that has the power to watch this video has the power to do something to impact good medical research. And I just urge you to do that. Whatever that thing is, hold a lemonade stand, go down to your local Applebee's or wherever and have a fundraiser, and tell people about it on social media, share these images. It's Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. There'll be a different awareness month next month. Awareness doesn't get us where we need to go. What we need is funding for research. And the other reason I wanted to make the video tonight is this particular family, don't want to say they were given bad information up front. I just think they were not given very much information at all at the time of diagnosis. And I hear from families like that all the time. They don't ask a lot of questions when they're first diagnosed, and they just trust what the doctor tells them, and they don't understand that there are maybe other options open to them. And even if they do, those other options may sound scary. And so things like clinical trials, that sounds like an experiment, like they're just going to experiment on your loved one, and no one would want that. But once you understand really what a clinical trial is and does, you understand that they're not that scary, and that there is the option to stop if you don't like what's going on. And there's just so much information that really no one knows when you're first diagnosed with cancer, unless you happen to have, a medical professional in your family. And sometimes even then, if they aren't an oncologist, if they, haven't dealt with cancer, they may not know everything. And I think just being humans, it's hard to know everything, right? Every type of cancer is different, and there are different treatments based on those different types of cancer. And especially with a more rare cancer, you really have to go to a hospital that knows that type of cancer better than anything else. And we're taught to not question our doctors. We're taught that they know everything, but they're human and they don't know everything. And it's always okay to ask for a second opinion. And I'm tired of seeing these parents and these spouses beating themselves up over maybe making a misstep somewhere along the way. And I mean, as a mom that's been there, I get it. I do. But the only thing you can do is the very best at that particular moment in time. And I think every parent that we've worked with is doing that. They're doing the very, very best they can do at that moment in time. I wish that was enough. I wish that being the best mom or the best dad or the best husband or wife, I wish that would save their loved ones. But it won't. And neither will $500 pills that you find on the internet, or marijuana, or all these other options. I mean, really stop and think about this. John McCain just died from brain cancer. Do you think that his family let him die? They didn't let him die. Please don't give me comments about that. But if a $500 pill would have saved his life, don't you think the McCains have the money to do that? Don't you think the Bidens have the money to do that? Don't you think that they went to the very, very best doctors in the world? And while those families are doing amazing things to push forward research, they can't do it alone. None of us can do it alone. But together, we can do it. And we can make a difference for these families, so that I don't have to go and meet with these moms who ask me what else they can do. I don't have an answer for that. But I know somebody out there is going to have the answer soon. And that's why we are spending all of our time and energy and resources to try and find the cures for cancer. Open and collaborative research that helps everybody do their very best work. That's what we're trying to do. That's the mission of Dragon Master Foundation. And if that sounds like the right thing, then I really encourage you to get involved, because we need your help.